Well, at least Hoyer got some work last night too, huh? I mean, what a Lollapalooza, what a Belichick palooza, do your job palooza that was last night
It really
in Philadelphia.
was. And the funny thing is, you're trying to process it, and I think they went 21 for 28 for 249 between Cam and Mac Jones. And you're saying, wow, they looked awesome, but it really was hitting off a tee as opposed to what we saw Monday and Tuesday when they were playing against Derek Barnett and Fletcher Cox and Darius Slay. None of those guys played.
Right.
So you don't want to be the turd in the punch bowl. Like, well, who were they playing against? But, who were they playing against? Really, what it comes down to.
So what do we make of this then, Tom? Because Monday and Tuesday, how did they look against the how did they look in the punch bowl before the turds got in it?
They scuffled a little bit. And I don't want to go too far on the defensive side of the ball, but Jalen Hurts was the best quarterback of the group, and he did a really great job against the Patriots defense, knocking passes into his tight ends. But, we're more quarterback-centric here for New England, and Mac was better than Cam on Monday. Neither guy was good. On Tuesday, with Philly playing zone, in a lot of the red zone situational stuff in 7-on-7 and 11-on-11, and the Patriots not having Johnny Smith or Hunter Henry, it was a check down brigade for both quarterbacks. Really only one incompletion for Cam and one incompletion, which was a pick for Mac Jones. So what I think the takeaway continues to be Mac Jones is more efficient, more accurate, more decisive than Cam Newton on a day-in, day-out basis. So it's gone on for a month.
Did I read something, Tom Curran, that somebody on the Eagles was heckling Cam as a check-down king or something like that during the practice?
That's exactly what he was labeled, the check-down king. And Cam said, well, stop playing zone and give me soft spots in the zone, and I'll stop checking it down. But I think we saw last night, for those who watched the game, the reason Mac Jones is going to, perhaps sooner rather than later, emerge as a Patriot starter is his ability to be accurate down the field. And Cam had a few step-up type throws because he was going with his first offensive line against the second and third defensive lines and front sevens. But he had the opportunity to step up and throw accurately in the mid-range. But for the second week in a row, you saw Mac Jones throw a 40-yard-plus pass downfield and hit somebody in the hands. Both of them have been incomplete. But Mac Jones' accuracy down the field for a team that brought in Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne and Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, there's a point in which you need to maximize those resources. You spent money on them. You want to use them. One guy's better at using them than the other.
Tom Curran, NBC Sports Boston here on the Rich Eisen Show. Had you on early July, and you were talking about what you were hearing and the raves from within the Patriot regime about Mac Jones picking things up and being a lot closer to completion than potentially other rookie quarterbacks might be after their first mini camps. What are you hearing about his readiness, preparedness, what people are saying during training camp? Give me that one.
Very positive, feeling as if, what we're seeing and perceiving is what the team is seeing and perceiving as well. He's kind of eyeball to eyeball with Cam in many ways, many important ways. And that includes pre-snap, post-snap accuracy and efficiency. The concern is, and Mike Lombardi, I think, articulated it on his podcast, do you want to sink the roots a little bit more? Do you want to shelter him? And that, Rich, to me, is we can all reel off the examples. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, of guys who were not thrown in the deep end. But Justin Herbert was thrown in the deep end when Tyrod Taylor got his lung punctured. He did fine. The floor for Mac Jones is so high that I don't think he needs to be wet nursed through the early portion of the season. But we both know, and you know Bill very well too, one interesting thing is look at all the defensive and offensive coordinators he's had over the years and the way he resists giving them a title. It's almost like, well, he can't deal with the criticism. He won't be able to deal with it. Well, why? What's the big deal? To me, if you don't start Mac Jones at the beginning of the year, you're afraid he can't take it. And I think that's being a helicopter parent.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.